WBCB presents Pro Wrestling Weekly,
the longest-running pro wrestling radio talk show in the history of terrestrial radio.
And he's obviously Michael Cole.
Call in with a question or comment at 215-949-3232 or 888-922-2149.
Talking wrestling.
Yeah.
Because that's what this show's about. That's what we've been doing for over 16 years.
No. It's about sports entertainment.
And now here are your hosts of Pro Wrestling Weekly, Fearon and Lucas DeSangro.
Will you stop marking out over there?
Sorry.
Move over, kid. I'm taking your microphone.
You're shallow, you know that?
I'm running on 2 hours of sleep. I don't remember what the hell I do anymore. There's the sound of the bell, and we are set to go. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Alongside the Bartholomew to my Lone Star, Lucas DeSangro.
Reference to last night at training.
Spaceballs reference as well.
Well, that too, but there was a point where I went to Fearon, you know, when you're right, you're right. And you're always right.
Yep, that was fresh in my head from there. Yes, I'm Fearon Derry. We're talking wrestling as we do here Saturdays from noon to 1, and we've got Backlash to get into coming up in the in our second segment here in probably about about 15 minutes or so. Cody Vance is going to be joining us, one of our fellow students at the MFPW, the MF Pro Academy, former the MFPW heavyweight champion, who has been convalescing at home in Michigan for the last couple of months as he underwent surgery to repair, I believe it was a torn ACL and lateral meniscus, I believe, in the knee.
I think it was a labrum.
Was it a labrum? Well, you know what? We'll get the clarification on that.
I'm just going off of because Danny Cage made a joke about him mispronouncing it to represent another part of a body.
Yeah, you're talking about a different body part here. So, but I believe it was the lateral meniscus, not the labrum or the other lab thing that you're referencing.
That's the.
Yeah, no. You rumor has it that you've been cited with that injury on a few occasions. As you grimace at me angrily.
I have never injured a knee. Knock on wood.
I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah, it's
okay. Wow.
Things are just going downhill here, almost like the Raw ratings.
Oh, Hoyo.
Hoyo, yeah.
Well, I mean, before we go into those, I think we need to address the fact that we do have a new WWE champion.
Yes, Jinder Mahal.
Raja.
Yeah, don't. I have to admit, this probably shocked everybody, and it definitely provided a lot of almost John Cena-like polarization. Well, okay, maybe not that much, but Jinder Mahal, your new WWE champion, and social media definitely reacted to it.
Oh, yeah. See, what I love is almost the hypocrisy of the internets have been blowing up all week.
For a number of different reasons.
Especially in wrestling, about they're all saying, apparently rumored there was a lot of support saying, oh, we want Jinder to win, which was very contrasted as to when Jinder actually won. And it's like, Brutal Bob Evans, if you guys have a chance, give him a follow on social media, because he really drops a lot of great knowledge, said, we want something different. We want something different. We want somebody new to get a push. We want somebody new to get a chance. And then they finally give somebody new a push. No, not that guy. Our guy. It's you. Be more specific if you don't want. It's like that, like when somebody goes, oh, somebody hit me up. I want to hang out. And then you respond and it's like, oh, not you. It's like, be more specific then. And I'm speaking a little bit from experience.
I was debating whether to go there, but I did kind of chortle to myself on that one.
Well, I mean, I heard your chortle and I decided to address it. But it's like, be more specific then, because then fine. And you know what? I'm happy for Jinder that he's gotten a push, because first of all, he's gotten himself and he's really toned up, and people just. They knee-jerk react on anything they don't agree with instead of just sitting back for a little bit, giving it a shot, And when or if it doesn't work out, then you can start saying it was a bad move. But he hasn't. People were saying he's the worst ever WWE champion. He hasn't even been like a month into his reign. Give the guy a shot.
Yeah, he's only held it slightly longer than Bob Backlund in '94. Come on now.
Yeah, like for Pete's sake.
But yeah, there are a lot of people on social media who are like, "Oh, he just has the title because WWE has that interest in India."
Well, yeah, it's a great market. They need to make they're trying to make some money. How can you not?
Yeah, how can you not address a country that populates, let's see, 1 billion plus people?
And I mean, it's plus you also made history of oh, we want progress. First ever Indian American champion. WWE champion, I'm sorry.
Okay, yeah, I was going to say, did we forget about the Great Khali?
Sorry. WWE champion. I meant to say WWE champion, but I was too focused on saying, is it Indian American or is he just, I'm trying to, what the exact stat
You're trying to go for the political correctness here.
Well, no, it's more of just the exact stat, because, let's be honest, Khali won the World Heavyweight title, but as we've discussed, that wasn't an original WWE creation.
True.
That gives me hope for, hey, we'll see an African-American WWE champion down the line. Soon, hopefully.
Well, I mean, officially, he is, of all things, Indo-Canadian.
Well, that's a first, too.
Yeah, and India, yeah, Canadian citizen whose heritage is either fully or partially South Asian, including India, as there were a lot of immigrants from India or parts of South Asia to Canada.
Yeah, and that's a big deal. And, just because he didn't tear it up on the independents like a lot of our other favorites have, doesn't mean anything. If look at Alexa Bliss. Didn't really spend a lot of time on the independent circuit, and I think she's one of the best women on the main roster right now. Not just in wrestling, just overall. Because her move, she's not one of the best wrestlers, but she's overall one of the best people on Raw right now in the women's division. And for somebody who just wanted to be a wrestler, went into bodybuilding and got signed from maybe it was one of the Arnold. No, she got signed before they started going to the Arnold Sports Classics. But she's one of the best women's wrestlers on the main roster right now, and that's saying something.
Yeah, one of the other, I guess, arguments, and I use that term loosely, that people have been providing is that, oh, you mean to tell me that the guy from Three Man Band or 3MB is now the WWE champion? I mean, you could look at that. I mean, you could look at that in a number of different ways from anybody else in the past. I mean, where they were before in their career doesn't necessarily translate to where they are now.
You mean the guy that starred in Mr. Nanny became one of the best things about late '90s wrestling with the NWO? You mean the guy that played Vinny Vegas in WCW became Big Sexy Kevin Nash?
Okay, yeah, I was gonna say you were a little bit better with the second one, with Oz and Vinny Vegas, but I mean by that point Hogan was kind of already established by the time he made Mr. Nanny. It'd be more like, you mean to tell me the guy that made the rolling camera motion as one half of the Hollywood Blondes is your heavyweight champion? That was kind of more the direction I was going.
Who trained him? He's literally and then he becomes the biggest draw in sports entertainment, as they say, which. Well, you mean the guy that they were chanting, die, Rocky, die?
Yeah, that guy with the Chia Pet haircut.
Electrifying man
and the fanny pack.
Yeah, if you let that guy develop, maybe take a little bit of time. You mean to tell me that Connecticut Blue Blood guy is now the...
Yeah, Jean-Paul Levesque was...
some of the best gimmicks came from, some of the best people, most polarizing figures in professional wrestling didn't have that persona to begin with.
Yeah, you don't really have that all the way throughout. I mean, what was Justin Hawk Bradshaw is what eventually became JBL. So you have
wrestling god, Michael. Which his title run was, I hated him as a heel, which he does his job.
Yeah, I'll withdraw any. You can insert your own Mauro Ranallo comment here.
Yeah, but he also denounced that it had nothing to do with JBL.
Yeah, no, I know. I'm.
Well, I know that, but I'm saying to anybody that don't just.
Yeah, I know.
He's a big boy. He knows what he said. What'd you say?
Ha! Spider.
Anyway, yeah. So coming up in about 5 minutes here. I know the show's just flying on by here. Now that we've talked about that, we'll get into the rest of the Backlash results here, and then coming up, Cody Vance on the other side, and we'll also get room for your calls in the third segment here. Backlash, we pretty much called it a draw as far as our picks. We both went 5-3 on.
We'll call it a draw.
Yeah.
Your limbs are missing. It's a flesh wound.
Something like that.
We need to have
your arm's off. No, it isn't. I think that's more of what you were.
Yeah. We need to do a thing of we need to really just say for the different pay-per-view results who won the predictions, because we need to start tallying it, and then we need to do like a BCB championship of who is the winner of the predictions. There needs to be something like that. The belt could change hands so quickly.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'll go back to Lou Brown on this one.
I don't know.
Yeah, I'm not really feeling that. But let's get to the results here. So the kickoff match, Ty Dillinger pinning Aiden English. You got that one right. I did not.
Yay.
We were both good on Shinsuke Nakamura beating Dolph Ziggler in his main roster pay-per-view debut.
Oh, it was really good.
The Usos retaining the SmackDown tag titles with Breezango and their
multiple.
Their fashion follies.
You know what? But I was gonna say good on them for getting that over and doing something to try and get themselves noticed. Good on if that wasn't their creation, then awesome. But I feel like it was, and good for them for trying something, and it's starting to get over like hell.
Yeah, it's certainly starting to work. I mean, it's definitely got people talking. That's for sure.
Love it.
Can't go wrong with that. Sami Zayn beating Baron Corbin, which your heart is happy, but your pick was not on that.
Yeah, I was
we both goofed on that one.
I was gonna say, which one did we differ on? That because I know the next one we differed on, and you ended up winning.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember if there was anything else.
It was just those two matches: Dillinger English and the women's the 6-woman tag, I should say.
Yeah, wow, that was
Yeah, Natalia, Tamina, and Carmella beating Charlotte, Naomi, and Becky Lynch. That was the one that I did get correct and you didn't. And then we went 2-1 in the last three here. Kevin Owens beating AJ Styles by countout to retain the U.S. title. That was correct, with an interesting finish of Styles' foot getting caught in part of the table out there.
Which actually is good because, it's not a dirty finish, but it's not. He didn't exactly win clean.
Mm-hmm.
It's something you can still build off of.
Absolutely. And in the explosion of the Wyatt family henchmen, I'm not playing the sounder this time. Luke Harper pinning. No, not a fan of it, or just not in this context.
I was going to say in this context, it's like how many more times are we going to see this? I love Luke Harper. I love Eric Rowan. Just work out your differences. Go to Dr. Shelby. Something.
Hey, this is nothing compared to Rick Martel and Tito Santana in 89, 90, 91.
If you can't see
probably at some point 92.
Am I thinking of the right match?
No, you're not thinking of the right match. I won't even describe what you were doing just to save face for you here.
Thanks.
Or preserve heel, depending on which way you're going.
Save face because I would just get the X-Pac go away heat.
You mean you don't already?
Not
anyway,
here.
Yeah.
I would hope.
No, just everywhere else from what I'm told. And, of course, Jinder Mahal pinning Randy Orton to become the WWE Champion. 5-3 for each of us. I still have a 3-pick lead, 29-23 for the calendar year 2017. And you are 26-16.
And that's why Burgundy is the best.
Yes. Okay. We're going to... where's the rock sounder? This is the part where we go off the script. We're going to get right into him here just because we don't want him to wait till the other side of the timeout here. We'll get to Ed from Northeast Philly right on here as we've got an interview coming up in a few minutes here. Ed, welcome to the program.
Local correspondent.
I'll make this quick. The CZW TLT in Delaware next weekend.
That should be a lot
Oh
of
yeah,
fun.
Tournament of Death.
Oh, I'm at 2 weeks from next the 10th of June.
June 10th, 2 weeks from today.
I
Yes.
was gonna say, if you guys get the chance, look up the Vice documentary they did on that. It's a really good watch, even if you don't like that style of wrestling.
Cannonball, Masada, Bulldozer, and Madman Pondo.
Jeez.
That should be. Yeah, it should definitely be a lot of fun.
H2O Wrestling this coming Friday in Williamstown, New Jersey.
Alrighty, that's a nice Friday night show coming up.
Williamstown, they said.
8 p.m.
You said
Tonight.
Oh, that's okay. I was getting my my.
Bulldozer's promotion.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay, yeah, Matt Tremont's promotion.
And there's two good conventions coming up. One August 12th at the arena, and Legends of the Ring in Monroe, New Jersey.
Oh yeah, we are. Man, the time just flies on by when it comes to these.
What is House of Hardcore coming back to the arena in
Yeah,
they're coming up in August, and then before that we've let's see here. When's the next Legends of the Ring event here? That's coming up on June 10th as well, so that's 2 weeks away. And gosh, as I'm looking at that here, there's let's see, yeah, there's a bunch of names. Edge is going to be there.
where at
the
Icons?
Oh no, at the Legends of the Ring coming up 2 weeks from today. I see here, yeah, there's Edge, there's Jack Swagger, Beth Phoenix, the Boogeyman.
Haku.
Oh, okay, yeah, Haku, Tama. The reunion of the. Oh yeah, I know. I'm looking at the page here because this is the first I'm running up against it here. Nydia, Jerry Lawler's going to be there. Alberto Del Rio, Rockin' Robin, former WWF Women's Champion. Ivan Putski, Tony Schiavone. Yeah, Tony Schiavone is going to be there as well as.
Legends, what day is this?
This is Saturday, June 10th. It's 2 weeks from today.
And
What's the growl for? You have something else going on that day, I take it?
We have something very exciting going on.
Oh, yes, we do. That's right.
I don't know why. It was more of a groan, but then I realized, oh, yeah, we still have wrestling.
Yeah, I have to figure out how exactly that's going to work. But also, man, this is kind of why I wish I would be able to at least make an appearance up there. One rugged Ronnie Garvin will be up there as well. Plus vendor guests including the Fink Howard Finkel, Fred Ottman, better known as Tugboat Typhoon, and the Shockmaster, Teddy Long, Jake the Snake Roberts, Deanna Perrazzo, Brooke Adams, Bruce Pritchard, Jim Cornette, Bully Ray, Velvet Sky.
Cornette's gonna.
Yeah, this is. I mean, they always go all out for Legends of the Ring, and this is just a few reasons as to why here. Simon Gotch is going to be there. Little Guido, Tracy Smothers. The Warlord, Gail Kim, Kelly, Rosa Mendez, The Genius. Yeah, this is a huge one here. Hardcore Holly, Afa and Sika, the Wild Samoans, Kevin Thorne, or as OSW fans better know him, Kevin Vampire Dude.
Mordecai.
Rikishi, Samu, Abdullah the Butcher, Tony Atlas, Manny Fernandez, all here at the Legends of the Ring coming up in 2 weeks.
My heart is breaking right now.
Wait, oh.
No, don't. Who else?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm afraid I've got some bad news as to who else is going to be there. Wade Barrett. The Spirit Squad's Kenny and Mikey. Savio Vega, Gene Snitsky, the franchise, Shane Douglas, Corey Graves, supposed to be. Yeah, I know. This is they're going all out here.
I'm just the fact. Oh my. So, Mordecai, Cornette, and Tracy.
Yeah, I know.
Tracy
this is
Smothers.
All at the Crown Plaza Hotel in Monroe, New Jersey, coming up 2 weeks from today.
The stories alone.
Oh man.
Hold my watch. Hold my watch.
Oh, okay. All right. So Lucas is apparently he's going to need a moment to recover here, which is good, so that way he won't be too. Yeah. I'm sorry. Go.
Oh, sorry.
Go on.
Schiavone's going to be at the Icons.
At the Icons as well. Okay, so there you go. You get the chance to see Tony Schiavone a little bit later there. Yeah, I say that tongue in cheek.
Tracy Smothers.
Tracy, careful. Settle down there, Jude. All right, he's all right. Well, Twitch, all right. I'm gonna let him sob off microphone here. We're just not even gonna let that occur here. What else do you have as far as the local scene here, Ed?
Jerry Lawler and Jim Ross will be at that convention in August as well.
Well, by God. All right, that's coming up. That's coming up in August, so that'll be something to look forward to a few months from now.
But do a remote.
Well, I got to see what other commitments we have and whatnot. We got to
commitments that day. I don't believe. I just checked the MFPW schedule.
Okay, well then I may have to. We'll have to see what we can do about getting that in the works sooner rather than later here, and see what we can do to try to make that happen. That'll make for a very fun and hot summer, to say the least. We'll stay tuned. We'll see. Actually, it's before football kicks in too, so we might be able to get that taken care of through El Jefe Roberto here at the station. Very important as well. All right, Ed, thank you so much for chiming in, and we're going to take care of a little bit of business and also let you know, speaking of looking at the local scene, tonight, the debut show for Battleground Championship Wrestling at the Fraternal Order of Eagles, 920 Trenton Road in Fairless Hills. See Teacher versus Student as Al Snow faces Chris Dickinson. Also, you've got owner against owner as WrestlePro owner Pat Buck battles controversial CZW owner DJ Hyde. Plus the battle for who's the biggest and the baddest. That's right, the Bull against the Panda. Former NXT star Bull James taking on 400 pounds plus of Impact Wrestling's Fallah Bahh, as well as the MFPW heavyweight champion. Tag team champion.
They're both friends.
I see 400 plus pounds and I immediately think heavyweight.
Well, super heavyweight.
Yeah. Well, he's no Crash Holly, but that's a whole nother story. No, he is very entertaining, and that alone will be worth the price of admission. Plus, in tag team action, you'll see the high-flying Grayson brothers taking on Valerio Lamorte and Maxwell Jacob Feinstein. All that and more tonight, live from the Fraternal Order of Eagles on 920 Trenton Road in Fairless Hills. Meet and greet at 6, 7 o'clock bell time. Get your tickets now at battlegroundcw.com. Coming up on the other side, Cody Vance from the MFPW here on Pro Wrestling Weekly on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Phillies fans, if you want to get inside the game, inside the team, and inside the strategy, then we've got you covered. Tune into the Baseball Insiders presented by SEPTA every Sunday following Phillies baseball. Former Phillies All-Stars Ricky Vitaligo and Tommy Green join host Phillies Director of Fun and Games John Brazier to recap all the action and look ahead to what's coming up for the Fightin' Phils. The Baseball Insiders presented by SEPTA right here on 1490 WBCB and video stream live at WBCB1490.com.
The Trenton Thunder, AA affiliate of the New York Yankees, are back for their 24th season of play on the banks of the Delaware River at Arm & Hammer Park. Join us for Super Value Tuesdays, where kids eat for free and all fans can purchase $1 hot dogs. Join us after the game for fireworks on select Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday nights throughout the summer. Tickets start at just $11, and groups of 20 or more can get tickets for $8 each. Visit TrentonThunder.com for more information.
Be sure to tune into Senior Legal Strategies with Henry Carpenter every Tuesday morning at 9, right here on 1490 WBCB.
Here's another What's It Worth Antique Minute. Recently, we observed the presidential inauguration. It was pictured on newspapers, magazines, television, and cable news. It was everywhere. But what was the first U.S. presidential inauguration ever to be photographed? Louis Daguerre was generally credited with inventing the photograph and introduced his daguerreotype in 1839. But while the daguerreotype worked well for still portraits, it was still not ideal for photographing large crowds and events. Back in 1857, while the U.S. Capitol was still under construction, it was John Wood, using a wet plate collodion camera, who first photographed the inauguration of a U.S. president, James Buchanan, our 15th president. What's it worth? In 2016, Sotheby's sold a photograph taken only 4 years later at Abraham Lincoln's first inauguration in 1861 for $27,500. Auctioneer, appraiser, and home downsizing expert Mike Ivankovich hosts What's It Worth? Ask Mike the Appraiser radio show. And you can tune in on Friday mornings from 9 to 10 on WBCB 1490 or on the internet at WBCB1490.com.
He's got the Luigi death stare from Fearon, so he might have to...
I didn't give you the Luigi death stare. That's not true.
You're breaking kayfabe.
Breaking kayfabe. Gonna break something else during this commercial.
There we go. That's what I like to see.
And now, more Pro Wrestling Weekly with your hosts, Fearon Derry and Lucas DeSangro.
Are we getting into that controversy again?
I know how it feels, and it's not fun.
Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon Derry alongside Lucas DeSangro. Having fun talking wrestling, doing the things that we do, and it's always a lot of fun talking to this gentleman here who I have on the line, a fellow student of ours at the MF Pro Academy and former the MFPW Heavyweight Champion, currently convalescing in beautiful, I would imagine sunny at this point, Michigan, Cody Vance. Cody, what's going on?
What's up, guys?
Oh, man, where to start here? Well, it's been an interesting and rough couple of months for you, as I was kind of briefly touching up upon before we brought you on here. I think it was about 6 months ago you were the MFPW Heavyweight Champion, and then on a Factory Friday, things took a bit of a turn. Talk a little bit about that night and what was going on with that match and whatnot.
Yeah, I mean, it happened back in February, so a few months ago now, and it was just weird footing. The bottom half of my leg stayed planted, and the top half wanted to turn, and when it twisted, I felt it pop. Heard it pop. I think, Twitch, you were my tag team partner, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
Yeah, so, and I knew I couldn't finish, so I tagged Twitch and said, you got to take the finish, and I rolled out and never got back in.
Oh, and I took the finish.
Yep.
It's a spear.
You did. And then, so I saw a doctor. He said take 3 weeks off. Took 3 weeks off pretty much to a T exactly. As soon as I hit the 3 week mark, I thought I was good enough to go back in the ring. Poor decision by me. Did it up and over and felt it pop again, and then got an MRI, and they said my ACL was torn as well as my meniscus. Had surgery about a week and a half later, and been doing rehab for about every day, 4 hours a day. Been trying to stay in shape on one leg. It was rough.
Man, I can only imagine. I mean, I don't know. I know that with injuries like that, you hear about athletes all the time. I don't know about all the time, but very frequently having things like a torn ACL and hearing that pop. But I guess if you can describe, what that feeling is like, and did you think that it was as severe as the prognosis was once you had that MRI done, or prior to that?
As soon as it happened, I didn't. Tearing my ACL didn't even come to my mind. I thought at the most maybe a knee sprain, because I could got up and walked after it. I got up and walked the second time I did it. And the day of surgery, I had surgery like that. And when I did the MRI and he told me it was torn, I was like, I told the doctor straight up, I said, I honestly think you're wrong. Because I felt I was in the gym squatting before I got an MRI, and I felt fine. So, and then the day of the surgery, I had surgery 6 a.m. I went to the gym before surgery, of course, and I went and right before he put me under, I said, honestly, I still don't think it's torn. And he said, well, if it's torn, we'll fix it. If it looks all right, we'll just stitch you back up and you'll go on your way. And it ended up being a lot more severe than he even thought. He said, my ACL was completely, just splintered off everywhere. And he said there was just nothing there. So, I don't know. It's part of the business, though, so.
Wow, there was a part of me that was waiting to say, as soon as the anesthetic wore off, I went right to the gym afterward, just knowing your dedication and work ethic.
Yep, they made me stay the night in the hospital, actually, after the surgery, which they normally don't do for an ACL surgery, but they were having trouble waking me up after the anesthesia. So they had me stay the night, and then the next morning when I got dismissed from the hospital or whatever, I went to the gym a couple hours after that. So I crushed my way in there, and I'm off of crutches now. So that's nice. I'm moving relatively well. I saw my doctor a couple days ago, the surgeon, and he's very pleased with how well I'm coming along. So I mean, they said August or September I should be back to 100%. I might have to wear a knee brace in the ring, but, you know, Stone Cold did that, and he's badass, so.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Certainly can't go wrong with that. Talking with Cody Vance, one of the students at the MF Pro Academy, former the MFPW heavyweight champion, currently on the mend, and you just mentioned, so sometime in August or September, you're looking at a return to activity or a return to the ring, or I guess that's determined as far as the return to the ring. Okay.
Yeah. So.
We certainly look forward to that, and there's been certainly a lot going on in terms of the title picture while you've been recovering. The current champion, Mikey Webb. Talk a little bit about him.
I mean, he's great. He's awesome. I mean, I've had a few matches with him, and they've been some of my favorite matches. So, I'm sure we'll square off again when I'm healthy. So I'm looking forward to that. I've been watching from home, like everyone progressing really well. Manny Soriano been killing it. I don't know. I've been keeping updated with all you guys, so I miss it. I miss being there. I mean, I'm ready to get back.
Well, we certainly look forward to having you back. Cody Vance, thanks for taking a few minutes out of your rehab to have a chat with us here, and we look forward to seeing you once you're cleared to come on back to the East Coast here. And in the meanwhile, enjoy the holiday. Try not to have too many burgers and hot dogs this weekend.
Yeah. Sometimes I can't say no. So we'll
well, if anybody can burn it off, you can. That's for sure. All right. Thanks, Cody. We'll catch you later.
Yep.
All righty. Cody Vance. Nice little quick chat with him. Man, that I can't even imagine just the feeling of the pop once you tear the I mean, in this case it was the ACL.
That's not the kind of pop you want.
No. Yeah, I see what you did there with the insider terms.
It's not even meant to be that. It's like, honestly, I said this before too, I wouldn't wish that, especially like as much as a champion, he was a bit hot-headed character-wise. I wouldn't wish that upon my worst enemy. I don't think anybody should ever lose their title that way.
Yeah, no, and when somebody loses it due to injury like that, it's certainly never fun, to say the least. But we wish him a quick convalescence, and look forward to seeing him in the late summer or early fall back at the MFPW. All right, we've got a little bit more.
Kid's a stallion. Going to the gym before surgery, I just Kid's a stallion. Oh my Lord.
And I'm sure out there in Michigan he's going, yeah, I know.
Had to go there with that. You had to do that to me.
What? No, I was saying what he was gonna say. What?
Yeah, but you could have just said it normal.
You mean there wasn't any normalcy to it?
If you were from Michigan, yes.
Well, I'm good at my localisms.
Oh.
I'm part Canadian, you know. It's they're neighbors there with Michigan. I pick up a thing or two. That's.
Yeah, I know. I'm being such a hoser. I apologize. I'm sorry. Sorry.
See, now you're just being offensive.
Oh, I'm okay. Yeah, cool. I'm being offensive. Meanwhile, you're just trying to make me spit take while you're doing your impersonation of a Michigan infliction in the voice.
Knowing Cody as well as I do, that was and doing voice impersonations as I've been known to do time and time again.
Yeah, no, it was very well accurate.
Yeah, so I was going for accuracy.
But I almost spit taked, and it was just very good. It was funny. It's just, I had to do that to me, didn't you? It's almost like, do you want new equipment? Because if you don't have to get me to spit take.
Well, that would require something in your mouth to actually spit take. You weren't taking a drink at that particular time.
Kayfabe. Anyway.
I keep things truthful here. I keep it 100, as the kids say.
Oh, God.
Anyway, getting back to the news here real quick. We'll get into another tidbit here and then get to more on the other side here. WWE announced details on the upcoming women's tournament, which will have a similar format to the Cruiserweight Classic from last year. The tournament will be taped July 13th and 14th down at Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida, and interestingly enough will be named the Mae Young Classic.
Ooh. Good. There's a funny short story I heard from Stu Campbell.
Okay, yeah.
About Mae Young, about like the term curtain jerker and why it's considered that. Because in the Carney days, they would have a challenge like, who can beat me up? And if he tried to go back to the curtain, that would be for the curtain jerker, who'd be sitting there with like a blunt object of some sort to knock the offending person out so that their colleague would be safe. Well, Mae Young beat the crap out of the person all the way to the back, and then the curtain jerker tried to hit her, and she knocked him out too.
Oof.
Yeah. That's...
She is a tough woman. Nobody's questioning that. Yeah, we certainly all do here. All right, let's... of course, it's right around that time where I got to tell you about our friends over at the Broken Goblet Brewery, where this week...
Refill!
Well, I first got to get a fill before there's a refill. Where this week there's delicious beer and polarizing wordplay at the Broken Goblet Brewery at 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. Tapping right now the first of a series of summer drafts. This one, a wheat ale with infusions of a hint of mint as well as peach. And we'll just leave it at that. Also back on tap, the Broken Goblet's Hefner, a refreshing wheat beer with hints of banana and cloves. Want something a little hoppier? Well, try Gyroscopes and Infrared, a 5-hopped West Coast-style IPA. Now, take note, the Broken Goblet will be closed tomorrow in observance of the Memorial Day holiday, but nonetheless, it's always a good time at the Broken Goblet Brewery, 1500 Grundy's Lane in Bristol, PA. Broken Goblet Brewing, the semi-official brewery of Pro Wrestling Weekly. Please enjoy responsibly. Coming back, we've got more news and notes. We'll talk a little bit into the communication log released by... Impact Wrestling's Ed Nordholm and the more back and forth between them and the Hardys, as well as the usual nonsense and silliness, the Today in Wrestling History, the birthdays, and a whole bunch more. This is Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com.
Elegant ambiance, sophisticated decor, award-winning Italian cuisine and wine. Davio's Northern Italian Steakhouse. Located in the historic Provident Bank Building in Center City, Davio's is a Best of Philly Award winner. Executive Chef David Boyle creates seasonal dishes as well as signature favorites such as the Davio's Natural Prime Brand Beef Steaks, award-winning veal porterhouse, fresh seafood, and handmade pastas. Davio's, 111 South 17th Street in Philadelphia.
There's a threat targeting America. Lyme disease. Spread by tiny ticks, this dangerous disease can cause life-changing health problems and is now more widespread than West Nile, tuberculosis, and HIV/AIDS combined. So it's time for us to target Lyme disease. That means checking for ticks when you've been outside and seeing a doctor if you experience the warning signs, which can include joint pain and flu-like symptoms. Learn how you can target Lyme disease at targetlyme.org. Brought to you by the Stephen and Alexandra Cohen Foundation and this station.
All commentators heard on WBCB express their own views. Their opinions are not necessarily those of others on WBCB, including the staff and management.
You won't see termites crawling across your floor, but thousands might be devouring the wood in your walls, weakening the structure of your home. For over 50 years, termite proofing and pest control of the Delaware Valley has been in the exterminating business. If you think you have a pest problem, they're the experts. Call them today at 215-639-5455. That's 215-639-5455 for TPPC. Termite proofing and pest control of the Delaware Valley gives your home or business peace of mind, knowing your pest problem is in their hands. Located at 1560 Bristol Pike in Bensalem, they use only EPA-approved material applied by licensed technicians. Call Termite Proofing and Pest Control of the Delaware Valley at 215-639-5455.
Phillies fans, if you want to get inside the game, inside the team, and inside the strategy, then we've got you covered. Tune into the Baseball Insiders presented by SEPTA every Sunday following Phillies baseball. Former Phillies All-Stars Ricky Vitaligo and Tommy Green join host Phillies Director of Fun and Games John Brazier to recap all the action and look ahead to what's coming up for the Fightin' Phils. The Baseball Insiders presented by SEPTA right here on 1490 WBCB and video stream live at WBCB1490.com.
Pro Wrestling Weekly presents Today in Wrestling History, May 27. On this date in 1996, WWF Monday Night Raw aired live from Fayetteville, North Carolina. In the main event, Vader pinned Ahmed Johnson. On this date, on that very same year, 1996, WCW Monday Nitro aired live from Macon, Georgia. In the main event, Sting fought Scott Steiner to a double disqualification. On this date in 2002, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. In the main event, Rob Van Dam defeated Eddie Guerrero in a ladder match to win the Intercontinental Championship. On this date in 2013, WWE Monday Night Raw aired live from Calgary, Alberta, Canada. In the main event, Curtis Axel defeated John Cena by countout. This has been Today in Wrestling History, May 27. Welcome back to Pro Wrestling Weekly here on 1490 WBCB and online at WBCB1490.com. Fearon and Lucas DeSangro talking wrestling and talking a lot more than that during the break here.
That will stay during the break.
Oh, really? We don't want to bring that to the air?
Well, I mean, you didn't want to advertise it to begin with.
Well...
Yeah, no, we shouldn't.
I mean, people are smart enough to put things together. We'll leave it at that. I'm sure, yeah. If you want to really find out what we're talking about, go to the Broken Goblet Brewing Facebook page and see what exactly we're talking about involving the mint and peach. We'll just, I'll keep it that way here, just to keep us out of trouble, and that way you can form whatever opinion you like on it, and we're just going to leave it at that.
Not have us be like...
Not have us be the scapegoats or anything.
Yeah, to just blast your political views in a thread on Facebook, like, most people do.
See, that might have... That already... Careful with that tightrope there.
And that's the most I'll go into.
Yeah, you're doing the Jinsei Shinzaki praying rope walk at the moment along the top there. Way to be. All right, so
I mean, we were watching New Japan, so
oh, sweet mercy
on Wednesday.
All right, can we get back to this?
Yes, I'm sorry.
I know. I'm
like Japan is like, oh wow.
Well,
that's controversial now.
No. There's things that we need to talk about, and we want to get into those here.
You got it. I'll shut up.
Impact Wrestling's Ed Nordholm issuing a log of communications with Matt Hardy from this past Tuesday, saying, quote, "Good afternoon. In response to ongoing speculation concerning our position with respect to the Broken Brilliance Creative, I'm providing this detailed log of our communications on the subject and the contractual structure of our relationship with Matt Hardy with respect to intellectual property matters, which is standard to our roster and in the industry." Yeah, very corporate-esque, isn't it? There have never been any argument from Impact Wrestling that the Hardys were key contributors to the development of the characters and storyline, or that Matt and Jeff Hardy executed on their roles in spectacular fashion. But the position taken by the Hardys is a massive disservice to the contributions of the rest of the creative team at Impact Wrestling, including Jeremy Borash, Dave Logano, Matt Conway, and Billy Corgan, and is totally at odds with the terms of their contracts.
Corgan isn't with the company anymore, so...
Well, they're talking about the time that the whole Broken everything was created.
Yeah.
That's... They said, the Hardys would have you believe that Anthem is somehow avoiding their lawyers to address this. This is the log of communications with the Hardys and or their lawyers. It is clear that we have not been avoiding them. So they give this chronology that goes from March 10th all the way through to May 16th, and they mention different conversations with executives, text messages, legal counsel for both Anthem Wrestling and for Matt Hardy. Gaps in communication for between March 27th and April 18th, and then arrangements as far as a meeting, and then no agreement still being reached as of May 16th, which was only about a week and a half ago. And they go on to say, finally, I'm attaching a copy of the relevant provisions of Matt's contract with Impact. The clause is virtually identical to the corresponding provisions of every wrestler under contract with Impact. The facts are that we tried to accommodate the Hardys for their Ring of Honor engagements and have tried to elicit an indication from WWE whether they have an interest in using the Broken Brilliance Creative in WWE. We are not hoarding it from WWE. WWE is not interested in it. We fully respect the decision of Matt and Jeff to return to WWE and appreciate all their contributions to Impact Wrestling. We wish them every success. Our focus is on the future, and we will not have any further public comment on this matter. Regards, Ed Nordholm, President, Anthem Wrestling Exhibitions, LLC.
I will say that
That's the short version.
Well,
I left all the chronology out of it and just kind of gave a synopsis. But
I will say a lot of the people that are putting Impact under fire are the fans.
Well, some of it is the fans, and I think some of it is Mrs. Matt Hardy.
Oh yeah, no, I get that too. I just didn't want to bring that up, but yeah, she needs to get off of Twitter on that matter.
Well, she didn't.
Yeah, well, obviously not.
She did respond.
What else is new? Water is wet.
And Twitch is twitching.
And kvetching.
That too. So yes, Rebby Hardy responding to the releasing of the communications log saying, quote, inaccurate. Our attorney bills say otherwise and can act as a cute little, quote, log too. What are they trying to prove and to whom? Y'all are a joke, and in that aspect alone, you already lost. But we can and will make the L official, my dude. Long story short, TNA tried a literal sales pitch on WWE regarding #broken gimmick, which isn't legally theirs, and they said, lols, yeah, no thanks.
I'm sure that's what Jerry McDevitt said. I'm sure.
Or Triple H or whomever they talked to about it.
For the broken gimmick, we shall politely decline. Lols, no thanks, winky face. Forever yours, the WWE. Seems like accurate legal terminology there, Rebby.
I can't.
I can't either. That's why I'm doing this.
She goes on to say, as if there wasn't enough with this, Anthem mad because WWE didn't fall for their offensive money grab. That type of business is right on par with Jeff Jarrett's gold scam.
Oh, no,
wow.
She didn't. Oh, no, she did not. World star on the Twitter, please. This is... I can't.
She goes on to say, I just think it's cute that TNA feels the need to prove themselves to randoms on the internet. Know why we don't bother? Because it's all coming out in court, honey. From the attorneys we hired back in March. Where are those logs?
Yadboo, show us the logs.
She goes on, and you might want to try spamming dirt sheets with the actual final version of that contract if you're going to break confidentiality. But hey, that's cool. Something else we'll add to the list of offenses. Thanks. Should we release the phone calls? I kind of want to release the phone calls now.
Who sent the text, Hunter? Who sent the text? Who sent it? Who's the third man? But who's the third man? And whose side is he on?
You are all kinds of fan-spastic today.
If this does not get, if this excerpt does not get released, I will be extremely upset.
I love this. Should we release the phone calls? I kind of want to release the phone calls now since we playin' petty, apparently. End quote.
I just love that we have
Stay
stuff like
classy,
this to rip
Rebby
off
Hardy.
of.
It's not even rip. No, it's not even rip. Oh, riff. Okay, I thought you said rip.
Hell of a rib. Hell of a rib, brother. Hell of a rib.
Oh, mercy. I mean, it's all just a lot of they said, and just very back and forth, and we just put it out there, and you can come to your own conclusions, and I'm sure that with whatever legal battle occurs, that they'll have it all figured out at some point here. It's the best I got on it.
You definitely are the Impact legal team to my Rebby Hardy when it comes to the conversation.
I'm keeping it politically correct and classy, absolutely.
And I'm just going, no boo, lols, because, I hate myself every time I speak like that. I am so sorry.
I think you've just created a new wave of drops over the course of the last 5 minutes.
Oh, you're darn right, I did.
So in other news, we'll dive on out of that. But enough about last week. Yeah, well, we'll have to re-record that because somewhere along the way the recording didn't happen, and
oh boy.
Yeah,
oh
boy is right. We'll just it happened when I hit the record button, and somehow it got stopped right as the show began. That's those are just the facts. That's all I have is just facts. All right, WWE announcing 6 wrestlers thus far to compete in the Money in the Bank ladder match for the event of the same name coming up on June 18th.
These 6 wrestlers.
Is it the? Okay, I didn't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know if it was just these 6 or if it was going to be 6 with the possibility of more.
Maybe, but
I mean, they've done 8 or 10 in the past. Sometimes they've done 7. So,
but at the same time, who else is this was pre-brand split, and like, who's on the roster for SmackDown without having like 2 other matches,
without having something else potentially going on for that.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm leaving it open to possibility. That's all. But AJ Styles, Baron Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Kevin Owens all competing in. Yeah, that's
Nakamura. And the thing is, for me, is like, because Nakamura, that's what I'm interested in seeing. I don't know about excited, but like, you know, in New Japan, they're one for like exciting matches. They're not one for gimmick matches like that. I've only heard of one ladder match in New Japan or something like that. They're more for like just straight up 6-man wrestling or
the athleticism, the showmanship, things of that nature.
So I'm really interested to see how Nakamura does in this ladder match.
Should be interesting to say the least. Chris Jericho and his band Fozzy were featured in an Associated Press story written by Dan Gelston, who asked Jericho about his WWE future, as he's now on tour with Fozzy. His response, quote, "It'll be a long time before I go back. If I ever do go back, if I never go back, it's fine. If I never wrestle another match, it wouldn't bother me." Considering Jericho's, pushing 47 at this point, but is still he still is wrestling like a 25-year-old.
Amazing. And this was the best run of his career.
It seems like we say that every time he comes back for a run, he just continues to outdo himself.
Because
now with the list and you getting
the wheel. He reinvents the wheel.
Yeah, he'll take another year off. He'll come up with a bunch, another fantastic storyline and reinvent himself for like the 38th time because he's really good at doing that. Also interesting for all those fans of the Diamond out there, Ring of Honor champion Christopher Daniels will throw out the first pitch at tomorrow's Chicago White Sox home game against the Seattle Mariners, which is a lead-in to promote Ring of Honor coming to Chicago for television tapings next Saturday, June 3rd. Also, WWE issuing a statement yesterday regarding the cancellation of the NXT event scheduled for Manchester, England on June 6th. Out of respect for all those affected by the Manchester tragedy, WWE is canceling the NXT event on Tuesday, June 6th at the Manchester Arena and giving fans who purchase tickets to the show a full refund and offering them the option to receive a free ticket at point of purchase to the NXT show on Wednesday, June 7th at the First Direct Arena in Leeds. Our superstars will be in Manchester on June 6th visiting with those affected by the tragedy, and WWE is making a donation to the We Love Manchester Emergency Fund. We look forward to returning to the Manchester Arena on Monday, November 6th for Raw and Tuesday, November 7th for SmackDown Live. The venue officials have not announced when they intend to reopen following the bombing that took place after the Ariana Grande concert this past Monday. And finally, Sean X-Pac Waltman cleared of state charges relating to his arrest at LAX airport on April 29th. The officials believed pills that were in his possession were meth. Waltman denied it, instead stating that they were pills used to treat a yeast infection, but after testing, the pills were determined not to be a controlled substance. All right, we've got less than a minute left. Time for
birthdays.
Super quick, 3 plus a Brucey bonus. On this date in 1930, Jacques Rougeau Sr. was born. The Canadian professional wrestler and patriarch of the Rougeau wrestling family, fathering WWE stars Jacques and Raymond Rougeau, turned 87 today. Or turns 87 today. On this date in 1955, Eric Aaron Bischoff was born. The former executive producer and eventual president of WCW, as well as former Raw general manager, TNA executive producer, and a former WCW hardcore champion. He turned 62 today. And on this date in 1982, Natalie Catherine Neidhart Wilson was born, the former WWE Divas champion and first female third-generation professional wrestler, daughter of Jim the Anvil Neidhart, granddaughter of Stu Hart. She turns 35 today. And the Brucey bonus outside of the world of wrestling. On this date in 1935, Lee Ann Merriweather was born. The actress and former model who won the 1955 Miss America pageant, portrayed Catwoman in the 1966 film version of Batman with Adam West, and is perhaps best known for her role as Buddy Ebsen's secretary and daughter-in-law Betty Jones in the long-running 70s crime drama Barnaby Jones. She turns 82 today. Happy birthday to all. We'll be back next week with more insanity here on Pro Wrestling Weekly. And until then, play us out, Nutsy.
1 o'clock and all's well.
Serving you better than ever before. This is 1490 WBCB.